What song is that?
It's beginning to look like Christmas.
Oh, my favorite time of the year.
It's taking that long to get ready.
Oh, I see.
It's going to be Christmas by the time we get dinner ready.
Well, friends, every day's a holiday.
That's
and
particularly
today-
funny because Derek has been waiting here for the last 20 minutes while I set up cameras and lights and yeah. So.
I've made this 3 times. And this time it's going to be 3 times as good.
Oh, it's going to be awesome, guys. Welcome back to What's Cooking in Esther's Kitchen for what is my favorite tofu ever. We are making Dorito fried tofu.
It's my favorite snack.
Oh my goodness. I'm pretty confident after trying this that sweet chili heat Doritos are the secret ingredient in KFC chicken. It is going to boggle your mind, guys. It is so, so, so delicious. Derek whipped this up the other night for dinner, and I knew
He
we
couldn't
had
sleep. There was a little bit left over, and he got up in the middle of the night to finish it. It was that good.
It's
and
true.
then I had to make it the next day, and then his mom came for a visit, and I had to make it.
I made him make it
And
for
now
my
on
mom for
Esther's
lunch.
Kitchen, we're making it again. So we're
It
gonna
is that
choke
good,
him.
guys. You're gonna love this. You are absolutely gonna love it. So Derek is gonna walk us through this ridiculous Dorito fried tofu.
You don't need a wok. You need a frying pan, and you need some Doritos. There's 2 cups of Doritos in here, so Steven's going to mash those up. Use your favorite potato masher. If you don't have a potato masher, you can just use your hands.
You could probably put them in like a little Ziploc or something too if you wanted to.
Yeah, you don't want them
Squeeze them up in a
pulverized, so
bag.
resist the urge to put them in the blender or a little food processor, because you want it to be quite chunky. You don't want it to be powdery.
Like really big panko breadcrumbs, eh? Like
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
pretty, yeah.
Exactly.
It's pretty thick.
So we have some firm tofu, and it's sliced into little widgets like this. And so it's
a
about
technical term.
It's about a 1/2-inch widget. And what we're going to do with that, whenever you get tofu, it's always packed in water, and we drain the water off, and we've sliced it up, and now we have to press out the water. And if you don't have a fancy tofu pressing device, you can just use paper towel, and you can use towels, paper towel, and you just really have to just apply pressure firmly down on top of it and squeeze out the water. It's like
surprising how much water actually will come out of these little chunks.
It's like a sponge. So we've got our favorite towel here, and I'm just going to lay it over top. Well, I'm going to let you do that because I'm going to turn on the frying pan and get it ready.
So yeah, really all you're doing is pressing. And so we would have pressed this as soon as it came out of its packaging. And then if you press it again once you've got it cut down, it just helps get that little extra bit of moisture out. And this I find really improves the texture, right? Once it's cooked, the more you get out, the better it seems to be.
So I'm preheating the frying pan to really hot. I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of your favorite cooking oil. The next ingredients are 1 tablespoon of chili powder. So that's about a tablespoon of chili powder. And we need...
Give or take.
Yeah.
Like you said, I made poor Derek make this, like 4 or 5 times. So now this is probably pretty close because he's had to eyeball it so much.
Yeah, so you need a tablespoon of chili powder and then 1/2 cup of your favorite cooking flour. This is just
an all-purpose this one, isn't it?
white cooking flour. The recipe did say you could use other types of flours. So if you have a gluten intolerance, you can switch it up. You could also use corn chips if you didn't have access to Doritos. And then we've got our gluten-free soy sauce, which you need about 1/2 cup. So I'm going to put precisely 1/2 cup.
Oh, I snorted.
Steve loves when I measure. So about 1/2 cup soy sauce, and we're not mixing it with anything
soy
else.
sauce.
So if you run out of soy, you just add a little bit more.
And this is just to soak the tofu, right? So that really doesn't have to be all that scientific.
All right, so the frying pan is nearly on fire. So now we've got the tofu with the water all squeezed out of it, and we're going to take.
And when you see this soak up the soy sauce, it's incredible. It's like a sponge.
We're going to take the widget, and we're just going to leave it. And we're just going to flip it once and flip it twice, and that's it. We're done. And then it's going to go right into the mixture. I'm going to put a bunch of mixture on top of it, and then I'm going to use the back of my hand, and I'm going to grind that in, because we want the mixture to be pressed right into the tofu piece, like that, and we flip it over, and we're going to do the same thing. on both sides. You want to push it all in nice and firm. And you just give it a light shake off.
Oh,
and so
look at
there
them.
it is. It's breaded up nice. And we'll put that there. Steven's going to do the next 2 pieces.
All right, so into soy. Yeah, and this, like, if you want it to be a little bit saltier or something, you can leave it in the soy a little longer because it really does absorb a ton of that soy sauce. And you'll find this stuff really doesn't stick a whole lot until you've pressed it. And like Derek said, you got to press it pretty hard, and it really covers that tofu nicely.
So I'm reaching over you here. I'm going to put the first piece in the frying pan and get it going. You can put that right in if you want.
Right in?
Yep.
Okay,
So it's going to cook
sauce.
for about 4 minutes each side. You want the frying pan to be really hot. You want it to crisp up. It's okay if it gets a little bit dark, almost burnt. You don't want to burn it. You just want to, you want to char it up though. There's a fine line between it being burnt and it being crispy.
And it being perfect.
So I'm just going to shake it around, the pieces around in the pan just a bit, just to get the bottoms of the tofu all covered in oil, the best part. All right, put that in there.
Yeah, it is ready.
And then I'm just going to give each piece a little rotate just to make sure that they're getting equal frying time.
All right, get this off my hands.
So that's that. It could not be any easier than those ingredients. I mean,
No, it really couldn't.
You could pull this together, I'm sure.
You could use your favorite chips. These, the sweet chili heat in Canada anyway. This brand of Doritos happens to be Esther approved, so there is no milk or anything like that in those Doritos. But you could, of course, substitute, like Derek said, for corn chips, just like some Fritos corn chips, or
You could also do soda
tortillas
crackers.
or soda crackers.
Yep.
Yeah, so you could kind of bread these up any way you wanted. But
Cheerios maybe
Give
would
the-
be interesting. Or like Fruit Loops.
give these, give the Doritos a try because this is really, really delicious. So, how long do they fry again on each side?
About
It's
4
like-
minutes. About 4 minutes a side.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, just give them a little flip around.
And I love this stuff so much. This is what we are actually having for dinner tonight.
Again.
I know. So these just came up. So why don't we? You want to let those just fry up, and we can plate up dinner and
Yeah, the
finish
side.
these up in a second, or do
Another
we need
minute
a?
and 47.
Do we still need a second?
You want to get the plates
Mm-hmm.
for actual dinner?
I just want to eat this tofu. Is what I want to do. Yeah, and tofu's a funny thing. It really is. Unless you spice it and do a bunch of stuff with it, it really is and can be very boring. But when you get it seasoned up properly, do you have the tongs for these? They're looking
They're on fire.
a little hot.
There we go. Oh yeah, look
Yeah,
at
they
that.
look perfect.
Nice browned up.
But it is such a versatile ingredient when you actually learn all these sort of different things that you can do to it to season it and flavor it and change the texture and all that sort of stuff. It's actually really
I'm gonna
amazing. So if you've tried tofu and didn't like it, give it another try.
I'm gonna opt to put it in just a couple more tablespoons of oil there.
Mhm.
Just switch that around.
Yeah, this is our little portable cooker. We're not quite as used to as our regular stove. So yeah, it's pretty hot, this thing, eh?
There we are.
Yeah.
I know Cornelius likes tofu. I know Esther likes tofu. Mr.
loves
Phil
tofu.
loves tofu. Oh yeah.
Oh, and it smells fantastic.
So you do lose a little bit in the pan. Don't be upset if there's a little bit falling off in the pan. You do want to handle it really easily though when you're turning it, like really delicately, so that you don't bang the batter off, because that is the good stuff.
Yes, it definitely is.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, they cook up quickly. We're having it tonight with... What did we make in there? This is ready too.
Yep.
We got
that'll-
some
that'll be
green
hot.
beans.
So we're ready to plate this up.
Yeah, we got some green beans here.
So, oh my gosh. So we've got some quinoa.
And we'll put the recipe for how we actually made all this stuff in the bottom. We don't need to go through all of that right now.
The trick to
Quinoa is
quinoa
delicious.
is to use half vegetable broth and half water. Okay, so we got the quinoa.
Gives it a wicked flavor.
And we've got some
Zucchinis.
Some grilled zucchinis. Uh-oh. And the fire alarm's going off. It must mean I'm cooking.
Heads up, there's smoke in the kitchen. The alarm may sound.
Oh.
The alarm is loud.
That's such a pleasant voice to say, your house is on fire.
Leave immediately.
Leave immediately. And then we'll do one little tofu steak.
Little square tofu.
Oh, yeah.
There's smoke.
Chef Linda is going to be so happy.
Right?
So we've got some green beans here. Oh, and Phil is super excited. And Steve's going to top it with some walnuts.
Hey Phil, what's this, buddy? Oh, little topping of walnuts. What's this, Phil? Can we get your Phil dinners?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
We put walnuts on top of the beans just for a little bit of crunch. So there we have it, friends.
That's it.
Super simple.
Yeah, super simple, ridiculously delicious Dorito fried tofu with some quinoa, zucchini, and green beans and walnuts. Where do you try this, guys? You guys are going to love it. Let's go see what Esther thinks.
In Esther's kitchen.
Oh, baby.
Oh, Phil.
What is this, monkey?
Well, folks, you can tell she loves it.
Oh, yes. Huh? This is shocking.
Oh, what's that?
She doesn't realize I don't know that we have something that she loves. Esther, are you serious?
Oh.
Oh. Corno likes that.
Cornelius likes it. Phil likes it. So there you have it.
Oh, Esther Pig.
Dorito crusted tofu.
That for the first time ever, Esther has neglected to join us for
Yeah.
dinner.
It might not be that good. Is that what she's saying?
No, it's not. I think it's because she just had dinner. And we're doing this later in the day than we usually do.
Thanks for tuning in to Esther's Kitchen. We hope you had a fantastic day wherever you're tuning in. Tune in next time. Bye-bye.
Have a good one, guys. Enjoy. Get some Corno. Did Phil have some of this? Oh, he did. Here you go, Corno. Had some quinoas? Yeah, good boy. Enjoy, everybody. We'll see you soon. Yeah, good boy. Oh, of course. There she is.
Oh, we were just about
We were just about to leave, baby.
to leave. Okay. Here we go. Okay, they bring a big piece of tofu. There it is.
Yo, Piggy!
Well, friends, it must be good. The queen nods her head. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, look. Oh, yeah. See? It's delicious.
I love quinoa.
It gets the seal of approval. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye. Enjoy. Good boy, Corno. Good girl, Bigger.